made it through here just in the nick of time. That's that Florida heat for you, and it's only April. Welcome back to the channel. We have had our rain barrel and elevated duck pool and garden fertilization system up and running for about a week now, and there's a few things that we want to tweak to make this system even more efficient. Thank you to @AmericanGG55 who was asking about the ducks swimming in the pool, so we wanted to make sure that we gave you and the viewers some footage of them swimming in the pool. And thank you to @Christopher007. We had some great dialogue on how to make our garden fertilization system a little bit more efficient when it comes to how the water is draining. So we're going to install a more efficient plumbing system for our elevated duck pool and garden fertilization system. This is our elevated ramp for the ducks to get into the pool. And we've had to sit out here for, seems like, hours on end as we watch and see how they actually get into the pool. I see you, chicken, trying to get out. So we're gonna have to push this pool backwards so that they can get into this pool a lot easier. To get started, we're gonna need to pull this drain plug. And it is filling up down there. Look at the ducks. They are loving that. But we're gonna make this even more efficient on how we do this. And it's starting to get up to the brim. And then we'll push this back down. The issue is we're having to reach way down under here to pull this bucket out. So we are going to fix that. Instead of the duck water just washing out onto the ground and we're just wasting water, we wanted to make sure that we built an elevated duck pool system so we can utilize this duck water to fertilize our garden. We are in the garden area and vegetable garden season is in full effect. We have some tomatoes here and we're going to pour this liquid gold right into the soil. Over here in this area of the garden, we have some peppers. There's some cayenne pepper in here, some bell pepper, and some sweet banana peppers. And we'll just pour this fertilizer down into the soil. Now that we have drained the pool, we need to take this pool out so we can rinse out all of the good stuff that's in the bottom of it. And we're gonna rinse that into the garden. One of the issues that we were having when it came to the first installation of this is we have an extension downpipe right here. So when we're lifting this pool out of here, we have to lift the pool up higher to be able to get this out. So we're going to fix that. We got some bok choy here, and we're just gonna rinse out the pool. We'll get all that good stuff in there, and we just rinse the pool out in the garden. The spot that this pool is currently in, it's not allowing the ducks to easily access the pool. They're getting in it, but we can make it a lot easier for them. There's a little bit of space right there. And then we have all of this unused space back here. So we're gonna bring this pool this way.
Daddy.
Yo.
I think there's something on there.
What's on that?
Ooh.
2.
That's it. That's it. All right, we know. Sarah, look. Mom.
Aww.
Yeah. Daddy, look.
Wow. I love it. Since we screened in this back area to keep the chickens out of here and to keep them ducks safe, we're going to work from this angle. So we're going to push this back. Oh yeah, that's gonna give us a lot more room. This is gonna give a lot more room for the ducks. I feel like that's a good spot. And we're gonna mark. We just gotta make sure we're not near a joist. I'm gonna mark a little spot in the hole here. Then we can maneuver as we go. We just gotta make sure we don't hit a joist. We got a little wiggle room right there. So we will pull this back out and get to drilling. We'll pull this pool all the way out. So that makes it so much easier having that pipe off of there. Even though this spot from up top looks like a good spot to drill a hole, underneath we have some plumbing that we need to do. So we're gonna slide over to the left a little bit to give us enough room to do what we gotta do from underneath. Okay, the hole is drilled out and we can put the pool back. Oh, this is way easier to get this in here now. Woohoo. And then we'll go ahead and put the stopper in. Moving this back gave the ducks a lot more access to be able to have room, to be able to be stable to get into this pool. And we're gonna add some steps right here so they can climb into the pool. But that gave them at least an extra foot, I wanna say, of being able to get into the pool. The pool is filled back up with water. We are now gonna go down low so we can work on the plumbing. We were trying to figure out how to make the plumbing more efficient down below. So we're going to start off with a toilet flange because we were trying to figure out how to make sure that we keep the level flattened surface so the pool lays flat on the deck and so be able to do an install from below. This right here should suffice. There may be something out there that may be better or easier. We're gonna try this toilet flange and see what happens. So we're gonna go down low. Not sure if this matters or not, but we're going to apply some caulking to the edge of this, just in case.
Have you ridden this thing?
Smooth?
It's so fun.
Wow.
You guys can leave it here if you need to like walk back. I know you probably like this, but it's fun when you want to go back and forth.
Right, I'll be right back. I gotta get some pliers. All right, we're adding some primer. We're adding some primer to the outside of the flange. And then we'll add some primer to the inside of this piece that will attach to it. And then we have some PVC cement. And then we'll add that to the outside of this part. And then we'll get this good and coated in here. And we'll attach them together. Once we get them attached, ain't no going back. All right, we're gonna go down below to work on this PVC plumbing system. As you see, so this is the bottom of the pool. This is the sink drainage. And this comes down enough that we don't even need to have that downpipe extension on there that we had before. There's plenty of room for this water to drain that's below the deck without this getting wet. So we're gonna add the toilet flange right over this. So we're gonna try and get this on here, get this centered on here as much as possible. Okay, we got as many screws that we could get into the deck here. and that is not going anywhere. Now that we move the pool backwards, the sink drain plumbing is not going to be able to be straight, because before we had everything lined up with the door down here. And so we're going to need to either go that way or this way. Our new system is going to have an on-off valve, so we can turn the water off without having to keep putting our hand in the pool to plug up the sink every time we switch buckets. So we're going to have, preferably we would like to keep the on-off valve inside of here, but we need something sturdy to hold that PVC pipe down. So we're gonna have the neck of it come out. We'll cut a hole in this screen and have either a 2x4 or 2x6 to hold that PVC pipe. We could use PVC straps. We just don't feel like they're sturdy enough to hold the pipe sturdy while we turn the water on and off. We're gonna go that way with an elbow. Got some primer. Put some primer on here. Put some cement glue here. And some cement glue here. Let's get a little bit more on there. Can't take no chances. There we go. All right. And we're gonna go that way. Now from this elbow, we're gonna measure we'll do 12 inches. We'll do a straight line here. We'll cut a pipe. We'll cut a PVC pipe about 12 inches here. Now we also gotta consider the elbow that's gonna turn over there. So we're gonna cut about 11 inches on this. What you wanna do is when you're putting PVC pipe together, you put some primer right here around it. Boom. And then we're going to put some primer right here. Do you know what this does?
It sticks it together.
Yeah, it's going to help stick this together. Stick together. You take the glue. This is what the primer helps to keep the glue together. Or the primer is like a binder that helps everything stay intact. You can put glue on it, but it might not work. And you want to get that cement all around in there. You take those two pieces and you put them together. Ta-da, and that is going to dry really quick.
Like Gorilla Glue.
All right, boom, boom. All right. If y'all listen closely, you'll be able to hear the ducks in the pool above us while we're working down below. Okay, we got our pipe cut, and we're gonna add some primer here and cement here. We'll get some good primer in here, and then some primer around this tube that we cut down to 11 inches. Get some cement all in here. And then we'll get some cement on there. And get that turned around. And there. Somewhere in here, the PVC pipe will come out, so we got to measure where that will be. Now, before we slide this pipe back into this hole, we got a piece of wood that we need to put back here. We're gonna put a faucet on here. And so as we're turning it on and off, we wanna make sure that this doesn't move. So we're gonna attach a piece of wood first, and then we'll slide this pipe into this hole that we did in the screen through the wood hole. So really all we need to do is measure from here down, and we'll cut this board to size, because I think this hole is a good height that we have it at. So we're just gonna measure the height of this, and we'll cut that board to size, and we are at 24.5 inches long. We're sliding our piece of wood from behind and getting that in place. Now we're way off on how we cut this screen, but it's okay because we'll cut here. The wood is blocking, so nothing get in there, and we'll just screw those down. And we need to get that in there, so we'll cut this area out right here. Don't fall on me. Don't fall. And we're gonna slide our pipe in. And we'll get that on here. Boom. Now we're not gonna screw this in yet because we need to get this aligned with the pipe back here. Get some prime on there. We'll move that out of the way. And get some prime. Oh, we'll come around. Get some prime on the outside. And then we'll get our cement on there. Get that all in there. And then we'll get squeezed in. We got these aligned where we want it, and we are screwing the wood in now. All right, and we're just screwing down some of this loose screen so it doesn't. We got the pipe in here. That ain't going nowhere right there. We got one more piece to add on to this that will complete this system. We got a PVC ball valve that we're going to try out on this. And it should be strong enough. There we go. So we're going to get that installed. And get some glue in here. Down in there. No leaks. We want no leaks. Put some pressure on that. Get you straight. Just get you straight. And we'll hold that on there for a sec. And then we don't want the water just to shoot out that way. We want it to go down. Prime you up. We don't want that. There we go. Get on out. All right, let's get it straight. Get it right, get it tight, get it right. We'll let that set for a minute. Okay, we got y'all some better ergonomic steps coming. Oh yeah, they got a lot more room to maneuver into here. Yeah, y'all gonna be stepping in here. Nicely. There you go. The cement in this plumbing has well enough time to set, so we're gonna test this out, test it for leaks. Hey, Mr. Duck. In there swimming and clean yourself. All right. We're gonna open up the pipe and pull the plug. So what we are noticing that is in between buckets, we do need to put the sink drain back in because there's no other place for that water to go. If I close this off, that water's gonna keep flowing down, but there's nowhere else for that water to go, so it'll go back up. So we'll just continue to put the sink stopper in, which is fine as we're going between buckets. This is working good. Like it. And the flow is a lot faster than what we had before. So the water comes out way quicker. And then to stop it, you just put that sink plug back in. Boom. And then we'll let that drain fully out the pipe as much as possible. Ever since we started this duck water fertilization system, this has been the only water that we've needed for our garden. All right, if you can hold this, and I'll tighten that down. Okay. What that's gonna help us to do is to be able to open this up all the way. So if you wanna, are you able to reach that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ooh, boom.
Very good. Nice. It's definitely out of the way now.
All right, everything looks set up. How's the chick water look?
Looks pretty full.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
it's good.
All right, well, we can go ahead and close this up. You got it?
Got it.
The duct fertilization plumbing system is installed. It is working way better than when we first initially installed it. Thank you for commenting on how we could make the system better so we didn't have to reach down there to grab that bucket. So now we have an external drainage system that will help to make the process of fertilizing our garden a lot better, a lot easier, and a lot more efficient.
So we've been able to use that water for the garden to water more than just the regular water, which has been fantastic. We've already seen a difference in the way the kale's growing. Everything is just starting to really look alive and green.
We can already tell a huge difference in our vegetables. They're just lush and they're just so green with the natural fertilizer that's going in there, the mix of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. So they're just looking really good. They're looking really healthy, and even we're still learning gardening, and we just learn a little bit more as we go, learn a little bit more as we grow. This duct water fertilization system has just been excellent and tremendous to the growth of our vegetables and the growing of our food for our family. Thank you so much for watching Lanil Havenland Life.
Definitely.